Thanks, and we're privileged to have you guys on the show today, and
Thanks for having
welcome
us.
to that channel. And let's start. Well, where do we start, Johnny Smash?
I think you really have to start at Trinity Chris because Trinity Chris is an artist that's been everywhere, done everything, and continues to gain strides. And he's also has his son here to the left, Jay Jones. So it's quite a unique interview. So we'll let Trinity speak first because, you know.
Because
What up, Toronto?
Yeah. Sorry, Trinity, because you're going on tour tomorrow too, right? So it's
Yeah.
like the last chance to talk to you before you hit the road.
Never a last chance, but for now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're opening with MGK, also with Peter Jackson, G5, shout out Nano Nickel, Illish Clothing, Deal Media. It's all going down to the Cool House, Barrie and Hamilton, just before the Christmas. It was supposed to go out west, but every year I'm out west, so we just cut it short just to.
Yeah.
have
So you
it
don't
to
even
rent.
have to leave home.
Yeah, pretty
Almost
much.
going to Hamilton and Barrie, right?
Yeah, yeah, not bad.
Well, that's
Local
great. So,
convenient.
I mean, that's a big venue. Cool House. There's going to be a big crowd there, I
Yeah,
anticipate.
massive crowd.
Yeah.
We were there with Wu-Tang last week for the 28th
What?
anniversary. Yeah, it was over 3,000 people. It was insane in there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. Shout out Deal Media, Nano Nickel for putting that on, and Illish Clothing.
So, your son is here, Jay Jones, who
Yeah.
is gaining some notoriety in his own right.
Big time.
I think Jay Jones has already gained notoriety. I mean, just because you don't know the background information, he actually went #1 a couple of years ago on thatpiff.com.
Nice.
He's an excellent artist. He's repping the Mega Kings. I know if I put on the Mega Kings before, and you're an excellent crew. So what's up, Jay Jones?
I'm just here, just enjoying the day and about to just have a good interview, you know.
What does it feel like to have your father beside you? I mean, like when you look at, everywhere in sports and entertainment, there's always some sort of father-son. Like, you have Will Smith, and now his son is in movies. What's the dream and vision for Mega Kings, Trinity Chris, and Jay Jones? And I must commend Trinity Chris because a lot of fathers are not involved in their child's lives in their household. So excellent there for you.
Well, first off, it's been a good journey so far, like as to what we've done together. But the dream, I guess, would be like just to have our feet up one day, running our own company, managing our own artists, and just stuff like that. So that's what we're eventually getting to, right? So
I think that you have the music,
Yeah.
you have the looks, and you have the brains.
appreciate
Because
it.
when we get back to Trinity again, we have that big man thing, and you actually patented it. Am I correct? Trinity Chris, if I stand corrected. And what he did is patented his slogan, and a lot of
Yeah.
artists don't have the aptitude and intelligence to do this. And this is why I commend. He has a saying like Johnny said, big man thing, which means that we're dealing with a big man thing. We're not dealing with a juvenile thing. We're dealing with something that's solid. And I truly respect that because I don't think a lot of Canadian artists, or even artists worldwide, actually try to find out what happens behind the scenes, what's going on with the administration. And
Yeah.
Trinity Chris did. He seen that vision and he put it on lock. So way to go, Trinity Chris. Any advice for Canadian artists that are trying to be at the level that you're at? Because you're sitting here talking about Wu-Tang and he was nearly jumping out of his seat. But when I look at your resume, I see Vibes Cartel, I see Bounty Killer, I see Sleek Luch.
Chic Luch.
Chic Luch, sorry. My mistake.
It's a lot of artists.
A lot of artists, but
Yeah.
the thing with you, I think you always come out a winner, and that's why I appreciate your music because, I mean, it's easy for me being here. I'm in the Canadian music scene, but it's such a wonderful feeling to know when I'm here and I'm actually a fan instead of an interview, and I'm a fan of yours, and I
Respect.
really appreciate it.
Enough
So what
respect.
advice do you have to Canadian artists? Because I think what you did was great, especially with the copy right here.
First and foremost, whatever your belief system is, tap into that, and believe in that, and believe in yourself. Dig for your treasure inside of you, and not listen to the naysayers. Put the blinders on. That's my advice. And master your craft. Wake up every day, tell yourself that you're the best, and believe that, and start to walk in just, you know what I mean, walk in that light. Would be my advice to any upcoming artist. You know what I mean? Belief system first, and believe in yourself, and then master your craft.
What was it, Trinity Chris, that took you to to that, whereas so many people, they don't do that, and they don't make it, and they don't break through. Like,
Right.
what was it that allowed you to actually adopt that and utilize it and be successful with it?
Well, first of all, geez, growing up in the slums of Jane and Finch, being under a single parent home, seeing the struggles of my mom and what she went through just to make us eat, sitting in a 4x6 cell in Atlanta, Georgia, for umpteen amount of years to get to sit down and think about, what do I really want to do? Where do I really want to go? That's really what brought me there. Do I want this or do I want that?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So is there anything now, even though you've achieved a great level of success, is there anything else that you're looking to achieve?
More success. Internationalism right now, and create my empire for the heir to my throne right here beside me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not about me no more.
Yeah.
It's about my kids. It's about you know what I mean? Them. I'm just, you know what I mean? I'm just a vessel to make it, you know what I mean, that much more impacted and easier for them. You know, that's my role.
Well, my comment would be what I was reflecting on back. I had the pleasure of chilling out with Chanel's and D. Blair Sr. As you know, you're also a family member.
Big up Double D
And
for sure.
yes, big up D Unit Security, Double D Promotions, and D. Blair Sr. And I was so impressed by the way he commanded his household. And you know that his daughter Chanel's is very talented, and she has
Amazing
a career in front of
talent.
her. So here you have a father with a young lady that's growing, so he has to do the father thing. Here you have a talented young lady, so he has to do the music thing.
Right.
What kind of values do you want to instill into your son, into your legacy, and what kind of values would you want him to exude?
And not to toot my own horn or anything, but I probably have the greatest son anyone can ask for. He's
Jay Jones?
Jay Jones, yeah. I mean, he's never had me in and out of the courts. He's never had me like pulling my hair out. You know, he knows what he has to do. He's responsible. He's a great dad. You know what I mean? He knows the importance of what needs to be done at a young age, and I thank God for that he understands those things. So there's not much values only thing I can instill in him is just the business side of the music. He's talented and all that, but there's a dark, evil side to it called the business, and that everyone and their greed factors ignite when, you know what I mean, it comes to the business.
Right.
So-
And okay, you have this song, right? Anywhere I go, I don't leave my gun.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't realize that music is a metaphor.
Right.
He's not talking about a gun, he's actually talking about his microphone.
Yeah.
And you got the unit security, the video is a great scene. He just goes
I
to
wanna
pat
see
him
this
down.
video,
This
Johnny
video
Smash.
is sick. This is what we call sick with it on the streets right now. Jay Jones will tell you, he's always up to the time. He also does hosting also. And just a quick mention, if I must mention, because I actually know them personally, behind every good man, there's a good woman. So shout out to Mitzi Blair.
Shout out
She's always
Mitzi
doing
Blair.
her great
Blair
professional work
Photography.
and her own personal work. So shout out to Mitzi Blair and all great women out there. What I wanted to tell you is like this. A lot of people, they don't have street credentials. I know that you grew up in Jane and Finch, and I actually know a little bit about your history before we actually met because of some other people that we know. So we're talking like Willowdale people, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
How do
Big up
you
415.
how do you navigate through all of this? Because some people hear you say, anywhere I go, I don't leave my gun. But meanwhile, it's your mic. You're just using a metaphor. So somebody would have to exude patience to find out what you were actually talking about.
Right.
Because your message is something of substance.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
And then with things happen in the streets, like you say, you're incarcerated before. How do you navigate that and with a balance towards the public, but at the same time keeping it real?
positive mindset and the belief system that I just said.
Right.
It's keeping hold to that treasure inside of me. You know what I mean? That I know what my purpose on earth is. So I'm just going to fulfill it. Like whatever obstacle comes in front of me, I hurdle over it. I was taught by the best, you know what I mean? And I even though, I got to big up Specs the boss. He taught me that the best,
Right.
to go around them. When they come at you and they confront you and they try to block you, you go around them strategically and intelligently.
Right.
And that's what I've kind of done for the most part. You slip and fall sometimes, but
Yeah.
you get back up and you keep on going. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's exactly.
So you assembled the team here. Is this young
Oh, yeah.
gentleman in charge
Yeah.
of the merchandise?
Banks is Banks
with-
MK.
Yeah. So let's pass the mic over to Banks because you seem to be very silent there. How you doing there, Banks? Any shout outs to anybody out there?
Man, just shout out to my team, 90 Nickel, Elish Clothing, Deal Media. This team's putting the work.
Right. Well, what's the best part about being on a team like Trinity, Chris, and Mega Kings, and Nickel?
Best part about it is just being able to work with people you want to work with, and people who have same drive as you and want things as much as you do. So if you don't have that in part of your team, you're not really gonna win.
Right.
So Banks, just curious, what's the special thing that you bring to the team that these guys love so much? What do you really bring to the whole thing?
I think I bring forth unique ideas that other people don't really think about. That's right. I plan on beating people to the punch, next best thing, and then playing with my team and sharing my ideas. And if we like it, we go forth with it. And then if we don't, we pass it to the next idea.
So you're involved somehow in the merch side of things?
Yeah, I have my own company. It's called High by Designs. We do custom clothing for other companies. I do my own clothing, my team's clothing, and also I also do research on other brands and design my own clothing.
That's cool. And do you have any of your stuff here today with these guys?
Yeah, I'm rocking just sweater I got right now. I just sampled it. You can tell leather sleeves, cotton front. I'm probably
Skulls on the tips.
skulls on the tips.
So are you formally trained in this? Like, did you go to a specific school or something that you just picked up?
I just picked it up.
Excellent.
I researched it. I fell in love with it. Actually, I saw someone else doing it, and I saw I was capable of doing it.
Doing better.
And I'm a person I do everything to a full extent, so I don't slack, And if I can't do it to the best of my capabilities, I won't do it, So when I was looking at them doing it, I know I could probably provide a better service than they could, And that's why I got into the business, because I fell in love with it. And I love clothes and I love fashion. So if you see me on the streets, I'm rocking everything matching, or
Yeah.
it's just nice.
You're just a fly guy.
Yeah, I'm just a fly guy.
Fly guy.
You know?
Could you pass the mic over to the fly guy to
Yeah,
your
no
left?
problem.
Because you're sitting there very calm and polite,
Yeah,
and it's actually the epitome of your new album where it says patience is a virtue.
that's right.
Tell us about that, and tell me that God Beats is on this, because I love him. And if you don't know who,
Well,
if the
God
Canadian public
Beats-
doesn't know who God Beats is, he's a producer. He puts Canada on the map.
Word.
He's number one in all
Word.
of our eyes.
Word. Well, of course, God Beats is on the album. He's pretty much like what you'd call like the executive producer and pretty much produced the whole album. Right. We basically been working on Patience is a Virtue since early 2012. So
Right.
for just over a year. It's just been a collective piece of work that's just really that I've been taking my time with, and as over, like, it's coming out January 18th, right? So up until that time, like, it's pretty much ready to go. I could drop it today, but it's just there's a couple more things that we're trying to add to the
Great.
project, right? Just to little details matter.
Like, I must say again, because again,
We
when
want it to matter this time.
when I see you perform, again,
Yeah.
being in the industry, I'm also a fan. So I've seen this metamorphosis of your art.
Right.
I've seen you in a group. I've
Mhm.
seen you as a solo artist.
Yeah.
I've seen you as a host.
Very true.
Now, which direction are we getting into now?
Now?
Next year, where do we see Jay Jones?
Now I'm just I just been readying myself for what I want and what I'm going to be, right? And basically I'm ready to put myself out there as the best that Canada has to offer. I'm not looking at the bigger names or what's out there now, right? I'm worried about myself and my team, and just knowing that my vision is next. I'm not wishing it is. I'm not wanting it to be. It's going to be.
It's reality.
That's the way I think. That's what Mega Kings is all about. So it's just like when it comes down to it, like, I don't want to just put all this music together, and then just throw it out. I've been taking my time with it, and it just so happens that throughout this whole process of making this project, I've had to be patient about certain things, because that's just the route that I've chosen with this project. So it's really just bringing itself to life. And I know if that I just follow through with a couple of things, it's gonna do what I want it to.
Great.
Yeah.
And what is that when you say that you're next?
Yeah.
Right? What does that mean exactly? What is next?
Next is basically that next household name that you hear on an everyday basis that you get tired of, and that you'll eventually grow to love, right? Because once you like me, you're gonna love me. That's just the way that things go in life, right? So
Well, I think Jay Jones is a household name to those who should know.
those who should know, but
Well, I'm telling you again, I really love your work, and I think that it will be a Canada-wide, worldwide household name. I mean,
Right.
it is a household name in the tips of those who do know in Canadian music, I think. And again, like, I mean, you've actually accomplished, like, you know, a lot of people could talk stuff, but you need substance behind it.
Right.
So I could sit here and say, oh, Trinity Chris is a great artist, but when you go on YouTube and you see all the artists that he's performed with
there's a
worldwide,
track record.
there you go.
Exactly.
Right? And then when you see Jay Jones, you've seen that he's been #1 before, and the works that he continues to do in the community.
I just want more of that.
Right.
And I want it on bigger scales.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where I think, to me personally, like, when we're here in Toronto, we do things. I tell them that it's a world-class city. So if you could do it in Toronto, you could do it in LA, and you could do it in New York, and I think you've been doing it. And soar with eagles and flop with turkeys, but I think you're soaring with eagles right now, bud.
Thank you.
Forever
Appreciate
and
that.
evermore.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I still think Toronto is still looked on as a bit of an underdog
Right.
city.
Right.
And
But it has the attention right now. And as
Yeah.
long as it has the attention where you can come in and basically state who you are and what you want, Toronto has that ground right now. Right? And someone like me can come in and give an audience what they think a Canadian artist can't do, right?
and maybe change the picture altogether.
Change the picture a little
right?
bit, you know?
Speaking of Toronto,
Yeah.
and you talk about all the cliques and artists that you work with, and I know you work with a couple other people.
Yeah.
I won't really bring up some names, but I mean, has there been missteps, or is there a way that you could guide other Canadian artists coming up? Because I'm sure, like, people call out names, oh, this person does this, or this person does that.
Yeah.
Some people maybe feel that some crews, they bit off too much that they could chew.
Right.
Some crews cause drama. What's your opinion on that? Is that justified analysis, or is it just part of the game? Or what's your advice for young artists?
I think it's just emotions come into play. Being Canadian artists is because there's a stereotype on us, right? And that stereotype is pretty much like biting off of Americans and stuff like that. But when you have artists like a Drake, you know, get to the position where he's at right now, a lot of people would sit back and go, you know what I mean? Because, like, people are actually going through hard life out there, and they're actually giving you real stories rather than just, you know, some stuff that's like sugar coated and stuff like that, than what it actually is, right? So that's why I think in Canada, Toronto, Canada, whatever it is, I think, to me, the Canadian scene pretty much is Toronto, right? So, like, when you have people out here trying to get on, it's just, there's a lot of mixed emotions, you know, and there's once you get in front of somebody, there's gonna be 10 people wanting your spot. I correct myself, 10,000 people wanting your spot,
Right.
10 million people wanting your spot, and just to have that Canadian title over you, it makes it a lot more harder.
Well, I'll tell you something. I'm a Canadian, and you make me proud to
Word.
sit here
Appreciate
and to
that.
see your work. And
That's
you
where
talk
the-
about
but that's the
emotions.
motivation,
You make
right?
me want to get on up.
Right up.
Right? And you're talking about 10, you're talking about tens of thousands. You will do it. You are doing it right
Appreciate
now.
that.
You're writing your own chapter. Glad to have you here. Sorry we have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining us here on
Thanks,
Liquid
guys.
Lunch. Trinity Chris. Check out the tour. It starts tomorrow. And if you don't know what MGK stands for, that's Machine Gun Kelly. So this is a
Lace up.
worldwide artist with worldwide affairs here, right here in Toronto,
Mega
Canada.
Kings.
So thanks, guys. So we got a couple videos here we're gonna watch, right? Give
Straight.
What
people
videos?
a
What
taste.
videos? I want to know.
We got the Jay Jones Underdog video.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
We got
could get
the
knocked out.
Trinity Chris with Nah, right? Yeah.
Not. Oh, that's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like
Same
that
one.
one.
Chic
Wait
Loose.
till you see this video. It's a great video, Hugh.
Okay,
We love it.
Double
Thank
D's
you
in
so
there
much.
too. Shout out D Unit Security.
The unit.
Okay, guys.
Made the video.
All right. So here we go, and we'll be right back with lots more here on Liquid Lunch.
Toronto.
The theory of evolution claims only the strong shall survive. Maybe so. Maybe so. But the theory of competition says just because they're the strong doesn't mean they can't get their asses kicked. That's right. See, what every long shot come from behind underdog will tell you is this. The other guy may in fact be the favorite. The odds may be stacked against you, fair enough. But what the odds don't know is this isn't a math test. This is a completely different kind of test.
Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time, look. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time, look. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+. Okay, they say no way, cause I'm potent like I'm smoking. But I don't play, I stay whole late. Fucking mole to the bone, they don't own me. Independent, underdog. Go report to your bitch ass boss. I ain't down to ever take a loss, cause no day's been taken off. I'm taking off, got checks all in my backpack. Money is power, all the fame. Yeah, you can keep that. I'm walking to the ring, so loud don't hit the thing. All I know, I gotta win. All my opponents got the wings, you gotta fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+. Okay, knuckles feel like cracking. I'm ready for some action. Where's the guy that snaps the thing up in the movies? He be slacking. I rolled in with my team. Money roll like weed. They throw it all in your head. I help you live out all of your dreams. I got a good heart, but don't fuck with me. Caught so good with that $150. My team bout them upsets. Knocking off who got now. You know who already got next. I'm just trying to get checks. Checkmate, but this ain't chess. Predators, we apex. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Fight for your life, gotta survive. It's cold outside, bro, it's my time, your time's up. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. You could get knocked out, fucking with the underdog. Show you how to command that. If you ain't ready, then stand back. If you ain't heavy, then wait up. If you ain't ready, be straight up. Haters always gonna hate us. Why you think they call haters? Never mind that, get that paper. Do my homework, get that A+.
Yeah. Trinity Chris. Shake it out, Sean Don. Deep blood. Hey yo, Trinity. What go on, rude boy? Canada, stand up. You ready? Rude boy. Yeah. Yo, who wanna fuck around? They don't want nothing. I've been around these niggas, they all just frontin'. Seen a lot of jewelry, I'm about to go hunting. You wear that shit here, I'ma leave with something. Down, 357. Yeah, I'm still hot, but consider me a legend. Out in Toronto, I had to fuck with my brethren. Rose pop, red Ciroc, smoke in the air, bitch on my cock. Little shooter with me, hand on the Glock. Still be in the hood, Porsche on the block. Whoa, whoa, hear that gun go, bo, bo. Hear that drum roll, brrrr, Canada, where you at? 2 guns up, silence a muzzle, body on the floor like a jigsaw puzzle.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Gun can't go, you know me nah go, me nah go. If you feel say you bad no, boy. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere drop, no man to me head back.
This shady.
You walk up in a dead trap. When the lead pop, it drop like bread back.
Another dead that.
Congo worm fed that.
Hey, so to speak, me no left it out, we upload the street. Boy, them clear when we hold the heat. Trinity Christmas shade, yes, we on the street, we on the street.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Me gun can't go, you know me nah go.
Me nah go.
Run up if you feel say you bad enough, boy.
Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. Anywhere me go, you know me gun go, gun go. If me gun can't go, you know me nah go. The shot of them do know the thing go. When we are flossing at the street, we no party, we don't take. Don't just me liquor and me gal, me we shout it. Feel say you bad, come test me if you